Most collectors will tell you don't start a project. And this is a project.
Don't start multiple projects, right?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you start one, you got to finish it.
Yeah.
My name is Sal, and I've been a sports fan pretty much my whole life. I take pride in my collection, and just like most guys, I can appreciate an awesome man cave. I'm going to show you guys this piece. It's pretty massive, so check this out. It's like, this is crazy, overloaded. So I travel around, meeting different collectors and seeing their awesome sports memorabilia, but most importantly, hearing the stories behind it. It still feels sweaty. So pull up a chair and come along for the ride as we dive headfirst into the world of sports collectibles. This is Massive Man Caves. Hello everybody, welcome to Massive Man Caves. We are in Long Island, New York, and we are about to check out the home of Jessie, who is a massive Mets collector. Let's go inside and check out his massive man cave.
Wow.
It's like a little mini Shea Stadium.
Yeah. Lots of orange and blue.
I like it. No, yeah, this was my bedroom when I was about 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, you got a nice bedroom.
Yeah, no, definitely, man.
I have about 300 to 400 game-used pieces of Mets memorabilia. Yeah, I've never said that out loud, so thanks for that.
So if you look around the room, all the bats that you see, 99.9% of them are all game-used bats. And they're exclusively Mets catchers. I used to collect everything, but what happens, as most of your fans will know, that when you start collecting everything, eventually you have to find a niche or you have to pare it down. Otherwise, you'll get a room like this. Up top is Gary. So that's Gary Carter's. There's not a ton of use on that bat, so some would consider it game issued. James McCann, Junior Ortiz, Omir Santos, Jason Phillips.
Now, how do you go about acquiring most of these? Do you buy them secondhand, or you get them directly from the players? How do you normally acquire some of this stuff?
Well, really, it could be either of the two. Sometimes you get the bats directly from the teams, right? So you can go on a lot of popular auction sites. The sport and the teams themselves have it. The world's most popular auction site, you can go on that. They don't need any more publicity, so I'll let you figure that out. I have gotten equipment directly from players.
So you're not sneaking in the dugout in between innings and
No,
crawling under the benches and grabbing bats and
I'm way too fat for that. No way. No way. No way.
It is a learning process as you go along. Collecting in general is a learning process,
Sure.
But I always say, if you collect what you love, you're always going to love your collection, right?
That's exactly it.
You can't go wrong with. I wouldn't mind walking in here every single day and looking at this stuff, in my own room. So that's the heart and soul of every man cave. It starts with what you love.
I love baseball, and I love the way I feel when I watch baseball. Collecting their articles, collecting their artifacts, having a bat that they used to get a hit or hit a home run, or a jersey that they wore while they made a great play, gave me a sense of joy, and they feel that much closer to the game.
First thing you notice when you walk in this room is your display here, the mannequins. These are pretty impressive. Yeah. Are these all game-used jerseys, or are they mostly game-used?
Everything here is game-used. Baseball's an action sport, and one of the reasons why I like catchers is because they're always involved in the action. So the mannequins are a natural fit. I like the ones that are headless better, because I think the ones with the blank faces are a little wonky and wild, so I keep them in the back, and I like the action ones. I mean, my favorite one is clearly Gary Carter. Mm-hmm. Gary's probably my all-time favorite player in MLB history. My first game-used piece that I bought, interestingly enough, was the catcher's helmet, the Carter catcher's helmet. I worked part-time at a store in Queens that had a lot of sources for Mets memorabilia at the time, and I more or less worked for free for like 3 or 4 months to save up money for that helmet. This is his set 2 uniform. His 1985 full set 2 uniform.
You scope out like department stores?
I did go to Sports Authority when they closed to try to get the baseball ones.
I was there too.
Somebody beat me to it.
Going to the games and enjoying the feeling of watching baseball as a child, 7, 8, 9 years old, you wanted something to take home to connect with. So I started, like most of us, I started with cards, and then eventually moved over to like autograph stuff, and then it became, an obsession with the, with the game use stuff.
Another one of my favorites is a Mets catcher named Todd Hundley.
Todd was a homegrown Met. He's probably the player I have the most items from. What we have on the upright mannequin, on the tall mannequin, is his full 1995 uniform. The year before, he set the record at the time for most home runs by a catcher. And it's everything. It's full catcher's gear, his mitt, helmet, mask.
Now, when you get something like this, right, do you acquire pieces individually and piece them together, or do you buy it all as one set?
Yeah, I put that all together, piece by piece.
Okay.
Mitts are easily the toughest thing to come by, as far as, at least where I'm concerned.
You figure a glove is the most personal item, especially for a catcher, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're using that all day, every day, it's molded to their hand. Yep. So to have somebody's actual glove in your collection, that's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah. And Todd, for what it's worth, Todd's become a friend. So it's nice to have his stuff, and that's probably one of the last things I ever part with if I had to. These jerseys up here in the frames are my only 2 World Series jerseys. This is Travis d'Arnaud's jersey from the 2015 World Series. This is the jersey that he homered in. And this jersey here is Todd Pratt's jersey from the 2000 World Series that we lost to that other team across town, whose name shall not be mentioned.
Open this magical door, see what we got behind here, right? Whoa! Jesse, you're holding out on me here, buddy.
So I collect, or I try to collect, at least 1 jersey and 1 bat from any player who's caught a game in Mets history. This is Todd Pratt's first year jersey with the Mets. His 1997 game used. This is before he went to number 7. He wore 43, and this is his first card with the Mets. This is the jersey that he was wearing on the card, along with the Jackie Robinson patch. This jersey here is Mike Piazza's National League BP jersey from the 2004 All-Star game in the Astrodome.
How many jerseys overall would you say you have in your collection? How many game-used jerseys do you have?
Certainly over 100. What I would encourage anybody who's just starting out is pick a niche. The narrower, the better. Because otherwise, you wind up with a closet full of jerseys. As long as you don't let it interfere with other parts of your life, and it's manageable, and it gives you joy, like I said, it gives you joy, then it's worthwhile. But if you're a completionist, I advise you not to get into game-used stuff, because it's impossible to complete stuff.
Now, in the center of the floor here, I'm guessing this is an on-deck circle.
It is.
Right?
This is one of 2. So this is the third base on-deck circle from the Mets Hall of Fame game in 2010. They inducted Davey Johnson, Frank Cashin, Darryl Strawberry, and Dwight Gooden. And obviously the 86 team, I was 15 years old when they won. It was an incredible day. And when these 2 became available, me and a buddy bought those 2.
Wow. Very cool.
I don't think it's plywood, right? Or no, it's
rubber.
Okay.
Yeah, it's vulcanized rubber.
I like that it's not just your collection. There's, everywhere you look, there's also little items. It's not just the big, items that take your attention.
Yeah,
there's also little tiny things that have special, meaning and like over here you have a replica of the World Series ring. You've got tickets everywhere. You've got signed cars. So it's very eclectic collection, which I can appreciate because I'm an eclectic collector as well. I like a little bit of everything. Everything has an overall theme.
Yeah, it's what we spoke to before. It's you collect things that give you joy. And I look at these pins or that photo or a patch or the styrofoam ball or the hat or the picture of my mom and my niece at the Met game or pictures with great friends, and it takes you back. It gives you something else to give you a warm fuzzy feeling, so to speak. I guess initially it was a way to connect to my youth, right? But I didn't know that at the time. When you're 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, you're not saying, oh, I want to stay young, especially when my team wins. But even if they lose, it's always a good day at the ballpark, win or lose, in my opinion. I love that piece. The bat above that is Yogi's bat from when he was a catcher for about 8 at-bats. He had 8 at-bats in '65 before he went permanently to coaching.
So that's a Yogi Berra game-used bat?
Yep.
I gotta hold it.
Yeah, by all means.
I gotta hold it. Another thing that I love about this collection is not only personal to Jesse, but it's personal to the player itself. This is, Mookie Wilson's champagne bottle from the 1986 World Series. So we got this. You got this just sitting on the floor. Was this a late night last night or what?
No, that's a Magnum bottle from when the Mets won the World Series in 1986.
Nice.
And I was lucky enough to get Mookie to ink it up, and he gave me Mookie Wilson, 1986 World Series champs. What a party!
What a party, right? It must have been a party with this thing.
Yeah.
Right? Some pieces you gotta sit down for, right? I mean, look at this. This is a pretty impressive piece. It seems like you've probably been working on this one for a while now, right?
I probably have this 30 years. So most collectors will tell you don't start a project. And this is a project.
Don't start multiple projects, right?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you start one, you gotta finish it.
Yeah, so this was one of my earliest projects.
So this is only players that played at Shea Stadium.
There's a couple of outliers.
Okay.
There's a couple
There's
of
a couple
outliers.
but
A couple of guys. I had to put Omir Santos
out of
on
respect,
there,
you
'cause I
gotta
love
add
Omir.
it, right?
I love Omir Santos for what he did to Papelbon. So he's on there, and there's a couple of guys from the Polo Grounds.
So-
but not so many guys from Citi Field.
So how is this done? Is this completed, or is this thing isn't exactly light?
No.
And it's not
No.
exactly.
No, it's not. So
know,
for a long time, I was
get
known,
through airport security
so,
with this
So
thing.
for a long time, at a lot of the local New York shows, I was the Shea Stadium sign guy.
Okay.
And I hated that nickname. But it was fun while it lasted.
Mike Piazza's full 1998 uniform. That's the road uni, the black alt. And it's everything from the jersey and the pants and batting gloves, his game used bat.
This is all game used.
Yeah,
Do you mind?
not at all. Not at all. It's not a museum.
It could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Thanks.
Well, speaking of museums, right? You actually have some of your stuff
Yeah,
on loan.
The Mets have been real nice to me. When Citi Field opened, the Mets didn't have a museum, so to speak, at Shea. They had a showcase in the Diamond Club. There was no museum to speak either, but there was a fan outcry for history, and they created a physical space for a Mets museum.
Jesse, this has been an incredible experience for me. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I wanted to say thank you to you. So
my honor.
I made you a little something. And I know it's not a game used jersey, but it is a game used jersey. This is a one-of-one custom card that I created for you with the piece of Mike Piazza game used jersey.
Oh my God.
So nobody else in the world is going to have this one. I made it just for you for today.
This is fantastic.
So add leave a little piece of myself here for your collection.
It's going to be featured in my collection, and this is great. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely,
That's awesome.
man.
Check that out. That's great. Let's go Mets.
Well, thanks again for coming.
Absolutely, man.
I love what you're doing with the YouTube channel. I love the videos. I think it's great that you're educating all these collectors and allowing guys like me to show off what we have. So I was thinking, as it happens, the Mets are playing the Phillies tonight at Citi Field. Do you want to go?
Do we want to go to the game right now?
Let's go.
Should we go? Let's go to the game.
Let's go.
You're driving though, right?
You got it.
Okay, all right, let's go. We're here. We made it. Let's go Phillies. We say we take a look around.
Sure.
All right. Because I know you got some items on display here, right?
When they honored Keith Hernandez, this was the gold glove that they placed on the field. When we had the combined no-hitter, who was that against again?
The combined no-hitter.
Last year, who's the combined
Oh,
no-hitter
yeah,
against
okay.
last year? yeah, Timmy Trumpet. That was the Phillies and Mets share. Common love at Tug McGraw.
That's true.
This year they're honoring the 73 team, the 50th anniversary of the team, and this is actually one of my items. This Jerry Grody bat
This is yours.
is on loan from me.
Very cool.
I see friends of mine's names. Andy Lippett is a friend of mine. Livio Forte is probably my best friend. Billy Apostolico is a great friend of mine. All this camaraderie came through collecting. So, that speaks to it, like some of my closest friends. This is the one that brings a smile to my face.
This is it right here, right?
Yeah. So I've got 3 items in this case. We talked about how rare those mitts are.
Yeah, that's cool. It's got his name bang right there on
Correct.
it.
Yeah, and this is his game used catcher's mask. And
game-used bat.
yeah, this is a ball from the game in which he set the all-time record for home runs for a catcher in a career in Major League Baseball history.
To have your stuff here, what does that mean to you? To have your stuff on display here?
It's an honor. I consider it an honor. I mean, to contribute in a small way to be able to loan items to a team that I love
so that other fans can enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
That other fans can share it.
There's one more piece that I want to see.
You got it.
Right?
You ready?
I'm a big Seinfeld guy, so
let's go.
take me to the piece de resistance.
A lot of Met fans hold near and dear to their heart the two-parter episode when Keith Hernandez appeared on Seinfeld. A special display of artifacts in this particular theme, which includes the script that I loaned them, signed by Keith and the second spitter, New York Mets fan favorite and Philadelphia Phillies fan favorite, Roger McDowell.
All right, so of course we walked past the game used jersey store and Jesse had to go in there. So I'm waiting out here for him while he's in there shopping. Jesse, let's go. What am I cheering for?
See, it's infection.
It is. I get
Blue
it.
and orange under your skin, baby. Let's go Mets, baby! I don't go. Okay. Cheers.
As you all know, I was born in Brooklyn. I grew up a Mets fan. My dad, longtime Mets fan, will never let me live it down that I moved to Philadelphia and became a Phillies fan. Always calls me a traitor. So I'm hoping for his birthday, this will make up for it. All right, thank you. Dad, this one's for you. Happy birthday, all right? I love you.